guys, I'm Caleb.
I'm Amelia.
Welcome to FifthColor's The Interns Podcast.
A podcast all about interns.
I guess we should tell them about ourselves. I'll go first. I'm Caleb. I am going to be a senior at Sheboygan North High School, and I'm an Integrated Marketing Intern here at FifthColor.
I'm Amelia. I'm also an Integrated Marketing Intern here, and next year I'm going to be a freshman at University of Notre Dame.
College freshman. You know, I saw a commercial the other day, and it was a bunch of college students sitting in a virtual reality lesson in Rome, within the Metaverse.
That's so weird.
How do you feel about the Metaverse?
I don't like it. I don't think I'll ever use it, probably. It's like virtual reality is just something that doesn't really interest me. I feel like it's either like too clunky or it's like slow and it doesn't really work. Like I'd rather just be like playing like an actual like video game or something, or like actually be in Rome.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to like walk around in the streets of Rome and just do whatever I want instead of just sitting in front of the Colosseum just as like a weird character.
Yep, completely agree. All that stuff freaks me out. AI, Metaverse, neural net or Neuralink, whatever Elon Musk has. Yep. I don't want anything to do with any of that.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit like too much. I want to be like actually in the real world.
Me too. Me too.
Like Mark Zuckerberg's talking about how he wants like the entire world to be done in the Metaverse. He wants like everything in there. I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. I think he's dreaming a little bit too big.
I did hear that they're making an online shopping place where you can buy like Metaverse clothes and stuff. Wow. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a little bit too much. Like, I feel like all these designer brands are like just hopping in on this, and they're just expecting that people are gonna spend hundreds of dollars on clothes that they can't even wear in the real world.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna be like in the Metaverse looking all dripped out and like super fancy, and then in the real world they're like too poor because they spent all their money on digital clothing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of insane that like people would spend so much money to get designer clothes on the Metaverse, which isn't even like very good yet. It's like, I looked at like the ads for it and it just looks like really, like it looks out of date and it's new.
Yeah. As much as I would love to dump on buying online clothes and stuff, I have bought Fortnite skins, so I can't say anything.
I feel like it's kind of different though. Like in a video game, you're actually like doing something. You have like a set goal, and it's not just like a fake version of the real world. It's just like a game. It's not like.
Yeah, what do you even do on Metaverse?
I don't know. They want you to do like everything. Like they want your entire life to be on the Metaverse. And it's just creepy. Too much for me.
It's like one of those Simpsons predicts the future episodes. Yeah. There's one where they like plug into the computer and then their whole life is within the computer. That's like, nope.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much for me. I can't imagine like actually going into the Metaverse for my entire life. Like imagine like going to work and you just sit on your couch and like put on some virtual reality goggles. You're like, all right, now I'm in the office now. I think it's just a little bit crazy. That I think it's a little bit too fast. They're like, okay, we're just going to jump ahead. We don't even have the technology to make it good yet, but we're just going to make it and assume that people are going to want to spend their entire lives in this. And I think it's a little bit too far.
I agree.
All right, what do you think some of like our classmates or like our fellow Gen Zers would think about the Metaverse? Like, do you think they would actually buy into all of the clothes and everything?
I hope not. But I do think that if they're in the Metaverse, I think most people will end up buying clothes. Because I think your Metaverse self they'll see as like an extension of themselves, and in order to get like higher status and stuff, they'll buy the hip, fresh Metaverse clothes.
They'll buy what's cool.
They'll be dripped out. Yeah.
I feel like some people will just be like, it'll be like beyond them for a different reason. They'll be like, why would I want to do this? Like, I'm just gonna like sit around on my couch all day playing Fortnite and like I'll just like sit on my couch and playing like the same video games I've been doing for years and not like switch over to like virtual reality.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't even have virtual reality like where that's very accessible and it's still like super expensive.
Yeah.
It's like hundreds of dollars to get like these like Facebook like virtual reality goggles, and it's a little bit inaccessible for a lot of people, but Facebook still thinks that everyone's going to be buying it. They're just going to be handing out hundreds of dollars to Facebook. Like, take my money. Here's a great virtual reality that I want to invest in. I think it's a little bit too much. Like, the people that would want to buy the clothes, I feel like they wouldn't be able to even get into the metaverse in the first place because it's just so expensive for no reason.
So, as an integrated marketing intern now at FifthColor, are you starting to kind of like dissect the ads you see as opposed to just watching them for like entertainment?
A lot of brands are starting to try to tell stories with their ads where they're it's like, oh, here's like a person that's like struggling with something, but here's how we can come in and help them, and it shows kind of how that affects them, and it's like, oh, it's kind of making people think that, wow, this is going to help me. Mm-hmm. I think it's a lot weirder to like watch ads and be like, oh, so they're trying to like target this type of people, or they're trying to do this little like tactic to get into people's heads better, or make it stick in their heads that like, this is a product that you want, this is a great product, you should start using it. All right, what do you think?
Well, I kind of just mindlessly watch ads. I don't really dissect them at all. Although I do kind of get a sense of what a good ad is, or if it's really resonated with me or not. Really, the best way to reach me, I think, is if it makes me laugh.
That's always a good way to make an ad. Like,
if you can make me laugh, you've got me. Like, I'm sold. I'm checking out your website. I'm checking out your socials. It's good.
Yeah, I think a lot of brands aren't really leaning into the humor as much anymore. I think they were a little bit with COVID. They're like, oh, like, here's like how to brighten your day. But I think a lot of them are like trying to be like all somber now. They're like, oh, like we were all affected by the pandemic and now we have to be all serious. And I think there's like a lot less humor. So I think that's probably why it works so well, is it's like, it's refreshing to see. There's a lot less ads that are actually being funny. So when there is an ad that's funny, it stands out. Yeah.
What do you think is the best way for a brand to like reach our generation? Do you think it's through humor?
Yeah, it's definitely through humor. And I think it's also less with the TV ads, because if people even are watching TV, it's on a streaming platform. But I think it's definitely that like social media ads where, like, I know like recently-ish, like in the past couple of years, Snapchat has started like putting ads between stories, and they have like all of the ads like on the Discover page or whatever they call it. So there's a lot of ads through there, and that's pretty smart for brands to start using Snapchat or like other similar ones, I guess. But like Snapchat, Instagram, all of these like social medias where all of these teenagers are on it, and they can just sprinkle in the ads and they just see it as they're scrolling by, but it kind of sticks with them a lot of the time. So I think that if you can get an ad on something like Snapchat that like hooks your attention right away, people aren't going to skip through it, they're actually going to watch it. So I think it takes like a lot of strategy to actually make sure people aren't going to skip past it, but if you can do that, I think it'll probably work really well.
Yeah, I think the social media ads as opposed to ones on the TV are going to be a lot more effective with our generation. Yeah. Because I know, like, as our generation is watching the TV, we also have the phone in our hands. And as soon as it goes to ads, I'm like, boom, I'm pulling out my phone.
I'm just scrolling on something else while the commercials are going on the TV.
But if they're on your phone, you can't.
Yeah, you can't really escape.
You can't escape.
They're everywhere. Yep. You're like watching a commercial on the TV, but you try to go on your phone to avoid it. You get
and there's still
ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and now Netflix is coming out with this new subscription plan that it's cheaper, but they're having ads now. What do you think about that?
Okay, I did hear about that, and I'm all for it actually, because it's like a win-win for everyone. Because like. If you don't mind ads, you're now able to afford Netflix at a cheaper price. Yeah. And if you hate ads, like you're still paying the same amount for Netflix with no ads. Yeah. And Netflix gets a profit either way. So
Netflix gets more money. Yeah. They get ad money too. Yeah, I feel like it's really good, like especially for people our age that like we either have like part-time jobs or we're at school, so we can't do a full-time job because we're in school. So I think that's good for a lot of people our generation, where we're trying to get our own accounts on things and trying to be more independent and separate from our parents, but at the same time we don't have like thousands of dollars to cash out and like spend on all these subscription services. So I think it's good if people are okay with ads, but at the same time people might be complaining about how they're seeing ads but they're still paying for Netflix. A lot of people think that when there is an ad version of something, that it should just be free because you're seeing ads. So I think people might get a little bit upset about that. Maybe. But because, yeah, they're like doubling the money they make because not only do they make like money from the ads, you're also paying for that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and then I also think it'll be kind of difficult for Netflix to like find, like, there's like a fine line between too many ads where it's invasive and it like ruins the experience. Like if you're watching like a super suspenseful movie and it's like super quiet and then an ad pops up, I think it's kind of difficult for them to like just put mid-roll ads like in the middle of a movie. But if they kind of do like the banners like on the bottom, like what YouTube has sometimes, or if they do like ads between like the movie titles on like the homepage, I think things like that would work a lot better. Or like even like ads at the beginning. Like if you're in a movie theater, they have the ads at the beginning of the movie. So I feel like something like that would make people a little bit less averse to like actually using Netflix if they didn't have it previously. Yeah, I didn't even think about movies because I know that most TV shows they come in with like spots where you can put commercial breaks in. Yeah, but for that it would work. Yeah. But now there's like I was thinking about this, some of the shows that are coming out now are like only on streaming services, and they're designed almost like short movies basically. Like each episode is like 50 minutes long, and it's like I'm just watching a movie basically at this point. Yeah. Like I'm watching like 10 movies in a row, but it's okay because it's a show. But I think that with those, they don't really design them to have ads because it wasn't designed for just original like actual like TV where there are always ads in the middle. Right. So I think with those it would also be tough. Like those you would have to do it like a movie, like having it before or like kind of like a banner on the bottom or something. I feel like it's kind of tough to navigate that line a little bit, especially if they're trying to get as many ads as they want. They're just trying to like force ads down people's throats a little bit so that they are getting their money's worth, but it's kind of tough. So, we talked about buying clothes in the Metaverse. I heard Snapchat's trying to jump into the game now. Yeah, they're doing it a little bit differently. They're doing like Augmented Reality, right? Yeah, I feel like for some things it could work, but I feel like for most things it wouldn't. Like they're trying to do it based on clothing, but I'm someone that like hardly ever does online shopping because I find it so difficult to find clothes that actually fit me. Even like within the same brand, I'll have pairs of jeans that are like 3 sizes apart and they're from the same brand. So it's really difficult to do online shopping with that. And like for like shoes too. My shoe size is like really weird. It changes a lot based on like the style of shoe and like how wide it is. So I'll go down to like a size 7.5 in heels, but I also have like a size 9 in like tennis shoes. So it's like, it's so weird. Yeah, I think I'm wearing like a size 8 right now. It's just with something that they can just like stick on your shoes. Like there's no way of saying if it actually fits or not. Yeah, you have to like physically try them on. Yeah, you have to like walk around in the shoes, like do a little test run in the shoe store. Yeah, you do like the awkward little jog. Yep. Yeah, if I don't do that little jog, I don't know if the shoes are gonna fit or not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these either. I feel like, okay, if I see stuff online, I don't need AR to see how it looks on me. Just use your imagination. Yeah. I see shoes on my phone. I know how those shoes are gonna look on me. Yeah, they're gonna look the same. Yeah, right. And then secondarily, I'm not buying anything on Snapchat. Yeah, if I'm gonna go online shopping, it's gonna be Amazon or something. I'm not buying shoes from Snapchat. That's like I'm either gonna go to Amazon or I'm gonna go like directly to the company's website. Right. I'm not gonna do it like off Snapchat. Right. Like, the same thing happened with Instagram. They're trying to do, like, this Instagram, like, shopping, and they have, like, the separate tab now for it, and I've never used it once in my life.
Me neither.
It's, like, so weird to, like, buy something, like, it's, like, not even secondhand, it's, like, third hand from Instagram, like, from, like, a different seller from the actual brand, and it's just so weird that I don't really know how it would work on Snapchat either. Like, I feel like it would work for people that, like, know how things will fit. Like, if they already have, like, something from the brand that they know fits them, they can, like, buy it in a different color. But, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like with, like, jewelry or something, that could work, because it's not really gonna, like, change anything. But you could just, like, buy it online and just look at the picture. So, I feel like I don't really get the point. I think it's a good idea, in theory.
No, I thought of a point. Okay, you got these expensive shoes online, and you gotta try them on in AR.
Yeah.
Boom, snap a picture. Oh, I got the new expensive shoes. What up?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's why they're doing it.
Yeah. They want people to just, like, put them on and just be like, all right, perfect. I got the picture. I got the shot. Yep. now I'm good. Although they might try to, like, block that if they find it out, though, because they want people to actually buy it. Maybe they'll, like, charge people, like, a fee to, like, take a picture.
To do the AR.
Yeah. They're like, all right, you can put on this designer shoe, take a picture of it, and then we have to charge you, like, $2. Yeah. Like, $2 per picture or something. That would be kind of insane.
That would be horrible.
I feel like some people would actually do it, though. Yeah. People would actually pay for that. They'd be like, yeah, I'm getting a great deal here. Like, I'm getting a picture of designer shoes on me, and I don't even have to buy them. I feel like, yeah, that would, like, actually work.
Well, I guess we should get back to work now.
Well, I guess we should.
Thank you for listening to the Interns Podcast.
And we'll see you next time.